What's up, everybody? It's Simon from Lake Hub, and I'm out here on Cedar Creek Lake with Brent and Cliff with Herbeck's Lonestar Fishing Guide Service. Man, we killed it today. We caught monster hybrids. We caught 80 to 90 fish in total, tons of white bass, big ones too. And the biggest hybrid of the day was 7.5 pounds, 24.5 inches. It was a lunker. We had a total blast on the water today. It's June. It's summertime. It was warm, it was humid, but it wasn't blazing hot. We actually had cloud cover most of the morning, a little bit of chop on the water sometimes. We were able to sight fish a little bit when the wind calmed down, and we saw some bait balls. We saw birds chasing bait just a little bit, and that allowed us to zero in on some big hybrids. So guys, I want to talk about Cedar Creek Lake. Tell me about this lake. I've only fished out here a couple times. This is my second time with you, and it's been off the hook.
It's 33,000 acres, which you can only fish probably about 20,000 of it. So of the 20,000 acres that we can fish, I honestly believe that it's the best 20,000 acres anywhere around Dallas-Fort Worth. And you can throw Tawakoni in there, you can throw Louisville in there, but when it comes down to numbers of fish every single day, we catch white bass up to 16 inches here. We catch hybrids up to 26 inches here recently, but today we caught a bunch in between 21 and 24. But this is a gem. This lake is only 1 hour southeast of Dallas. It's a nice little getaway for the weekend, and you can have a ball with your family, your friends. I'm a guide. I entertain people. It's great family fun, and it's great for young kids.
There's some beautiful houses around the lake too. I mean, everything is it's a gorgeous lake for boating. We tried fishing Party Cove a little bit, got kind of chopped up by the wakeboarders, but that's okay. We'll let them have their area. There's plenty of room to fish all over the lake. Cliff, you said you've been here around 11 years or so?
That's right, about 11 years. So one of the things that I think is great about Cedar Creek Lake is even when it's windy, we can go find a cove, or we can go find a place where it's not windy and you can still fish, okay? It doesn't matter what direction the wind's blowing from. There's somewhere to get out of the wind. And I don't mean just go get out of the wind. I mean there's places to fish. There's structure that you can fish out of the wind no matter what direction it's from. That's not true on a lot of lakes. So this lake is a gem. In my opinion, in the next 5 years, this is going to become the premier hybrid lake in the state of Texas. They put so many hybrids in this lake in the last 2 years. Over 2 million, 2.5 million in the last 2 years they put in this lake. And those fish will grow in the first year and a half, 18 months, they'll grow to 15 inches. It takes them a lot longer to get to like the ones we caught today, okay? And I just want to tell all of you that come up here and fish, be careful that you're not keeping those small hybrids as white bass. Learn to identify them. If you don't know, go on Parks and Wildlife. They'll tell you how to identify those fish. Don't keep those little ones because those fish are not reproducing, okay? They're not like white bass. They're not going to reproduce themselves. So we need to conserve those fish. And if you're not going to eat them, put them back. Don't keep them, okay? If you want to keep 1 or 2 of them, that's fine. Put the rest of them back. Catch them again, and they will. They'll bite again. You'll catch a lot of these fish, and you see they've already been caught. They got a big hole in their mouth. They might have been caught the day before. They'll bite again, I guarantee you. We've caught white bass. We've caught the same white bass 2-3 times in a row in the same day on the same spot. You know they are because they'll have a mark on them. You can see them. They just bite, okay? It's a great, fun lake to fish.
I agree with that. And Brent, last time we were out here, we talked about conservation. You had the same story. I mean, if you want to fish fry, we can catch white bass all day long and big ones, chunky ones. That's what we did today.
Yep, and absolutely, I agree with you on that. The one thing that we are doing also, just to try to figure out what these hybrids are doing, is every hybrid that I catch and release, I tag it. It comes with a number, my phone number, and my initials on it. So if you ever catch a tagged hybrid here in Cedar Creek, call me, let me know how big it got. Because
where you caught it.
And where you caught it, because we found one that was 20 miles north here in a creek back in March. It swam 20 miles north. Just a really interesting, turn of events for that fish. But, going back to what Cliff was saying, the reason why this lake is fishable, no matter how windy it is because it's got so many arms and fingers and just little tiny coves where these fish settle in, allowing a little point where the wind's blowing around it. Absolutely hammered them there today.
Yeah, we experienced that this morning where we were out on the open water. There was a lot of wind, and we ducked out of the wind, found this little cove, found a point that was all out of the wind, smooth water. We were able to see some shad jumping and zero in on some awesome hybrids today.
Well, one other thing I want to say too, not just white bass and hybrids. This lake is full of big catfish. Okay, there's big flatheads in here, there's big blues, there's channel cat, and we catch these catfish on lures all the time. How many did we catch today? Probably at least a half a dozen or more.
Yeah,
Okay.
we caught, it was strange for me, but hey, we caught blue cats on lures off the bottom. It was a lot of fun.
Oh wait, we caught 2 big drum too.
That's right, we caught 2 big drum too.
Yeah, that's right. So that's Cedar Creek Lake. It is not far from the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I live in the Metroplex. It is a day trip. I mean, it's close enough to go out for the morning, get up early, get on the water, go fish, have a good time, and get back home before dinner. So come on out to Cedar Creek Lake. Check out cedarcreeklake.com, lakehub.com, and Herbeck's Lonestar Fishing Guide Service out on Cedar Creek Lake.
And you can find me on Facebook at Herbeck's Lonestar Fishing or my website at lonestarfishingtx.com.
I'm Simon from Lake Hub. We'll see you on the water.